y'all doing?
Hey,
How y'all doing? You know, we keeping it organic. Me and my little chocolate Easter bunny. Babe, stop playing. Babe, you going sensitive, babe. We about to get in a lick. This her car. She probably put. She just came for to pick me up.
Something like, not too crazy.
She from Philly, so you know she crazy. She toxic. She might stab.
Toxic.
You might stab me in my sleep.
I'm not
You
toxic.
told me if I take my hands off, you gonna beat me up.
Because I'm good with my hands.
I ain't want no trouble. I love y'all. Y'all have a beautiful day.
Today, April 13th, 2026, Zanzibar police confirmed suicide and death of U.S. influencer Ashlee Jenae.
Yo, face! Show your face, please, with sugar on top!
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/hookah_anonymous. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at hookah_anonymous and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, they say everything that glitters isn't gold, and be careful what you ask for, because most people see others on social media living a certain lifestyle and never know what's really going down behind the scenes. However, they desire that lifestyle, not knowing what comes with it or what someone did to get to that point. In most cases, if you did know, you probably wouldn't be so quick to want what others have acquired. We have a tragic story today about a woman who went away for a birthday and she will return back in a casket with a bunch of people who have questions, including her family. Then you have others that don't have questions and they're just straight pointing fingers at a certain suspect. What would you do if a friend or family member of yours went away for their birthday and you got good news that she got proposed to while she was out there? The next thing you know, shortly after getting the news that she was proposed to, you would then get news that she hung herself and she's no longer here. However, that friend or family member, you knew for sure that he or she would never take their own life because that just wasn't them. Not to mention, who would want to take their own life while it was their birthday and they got proposed to all in one shot? These are questions that many are wondering because something just don't sound right about this story. Others who knew Ashlee would not even ask questions and would instead start pointing fingers automatically at the man she was dealing with, insinuating that he knows more than what's being told and he may have had something to do with her death. Then you also have mediums who have said to channeled Ashlee and would say that they are seeing images of her being strangled instead of the other way of her allegedly hanging herself like reports have said. Now we don't have too much details to point fingers, but what we could say is something just don't make sense. And there's a few questions that we have as well when it comes to the situation that maybe the investigators should take into consideration. First and foremost, what would make her want to allegedly hang herself? And where was the boyfriend when she decided to do so? Does the two have any history of arguing and being upset with each other? Do the boyfriend have any anger issues where he become impulsive and decide to make sudden actions? Is her phone being investigated to see what type of conversations she was having with people, including the boyfriend? And the thing is this, right? Usually friends, especially females, know everything about their friends. So what is it that they do know that makes them automatically point the finger at the husband-to-be? Perhaps they know of a history between the two, where the boyfriend may have had anger issues or did something to Ashlee in the past. What is it? We're going to get into everything and break this situation down, and I want to know what you guys think as we try to seek justice for Ashlee Jenae and find out what really happened. So make sure you hit that thumbs up button, hype the video so we can get into the algorithm, and if you're not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it.
Action News reporter Cheyenne Corinne is live in the Satellite Center with the latest. Cheyenne.
Hi, Sarah and Brian. Yeah, Ashlee Robinson, she was actually raised locally in South Jersey, and now her death is making headlines across the world. Well, today we spoke to her family in Delaware, who say they aren't getting any answers about what happened to her from officials in Tanzania or her fiance.
My daughter, Ashley, she's no longer here with us, and we're trying to find out why.
31-year-old Ashlee Robinson, better known as Ashlee Jenae, was a social media influencer slash model who was widely known for her inspirational content that she posted on social media. The Miami native made relatable content across platforms, which amassed her following of over 100,000 followers on Instagram and 15,000 on TikTok, followed by over 1 million likes. Her content mainly revolved around her daily life, until as of recent, she would upload more videos of her adventuring with her fiance, Joe McCan. Joe McCan was a man of many hats, as he is the founder of a Seperate crypto and a hedge fund investor. He built his reputation as a trader first before founding his company, and has even been backed by the likes of Chris Dixon, who was also widely known as one of the top crypto venture capitalists. It's not sure how the two, Ashley and Joe, would meet each other, but throughout her social media, the two would look happy, as they would oftenly travel the world together and document every bit of it. Ashley was turning 31 years old on April 5th, and like she usually did, her and Joe would travel for her birthday to East Africa to a luxury resort called Zuri, Zanzibar in Tanzania. The trip will turn into an engagement trip after Joe would end up proposing to Ashley in what appears to be a dream setting, as they were trailing a lion in a short video that was posted by Ashley to her Instagram. Now here's where things would take a turn, as reports would state that ironically, after celebrating her birthday, after being proposed to, and contacting her friends seeming to be happy about her future marriage, suddenly Ashley would take her own life. It's reported that she allegedly hung herself, and the incident was first reported by the husband-to-be, Joe. Now the question is, why would she want to take her own life? What would make someone who seems so driven and full of life and recently proposed to on top of celebrating her birthday want to do something like this? Well, we're going to get into an article that was full of details that so far been gathered by law enforcement, and then speak on what the family had to say, being that they don't believe that Ashley took her own life. And actually, they're blaming Joe and calling him a suspect after the things he would do after the news came out concerning his wife-to-be. Now, according to an article from People's Magazine online, it'll state, quote, Ashlee Robinson, the content creator known online as Ashlee Jenae, died while on a trip to Tanzania. She was 31. Several Robinson family members shared the news of her death in an April 12 statement on Instagram, writing that the influencer and her fiance Joe McCan had been on a trip to Zanzibar when she was found unconscious in her villa and rushed to a local hospital, where her death was confirmed hours later. Police said in a statement obtained by local outlet Mwananchi that they believe Robinson died by suicide. They also alleged that following a misunderstanding between Robinson and McCan, hotel management decided to separate the pair into two different rooms. Neither McCan nor the resort Zuri Zanzibar, where the pair was staying, immediately responded to people's requests for comment. When asked about McCan, Police Commander Benedict Mapajera said that police were not planning to detain or pursue legal action against him per Mwananchi. He has not been accused of any wrongdoing by authorities. Now, if you pay close attention to the article, it tells us that prior to Ashley unaliving herself, according to hotel management, they would tell police that Ashley and her soon-to-be husband Joe had gotten into a disagreement with each other. A disagreement so bad that the two had to be separated by hotel management, as they granted the two their own personal rooms. Now one may ask themselves, why did these two get into it with each other for one? But then two, what would make it so bad that these two couldn't even stay in the same room with each other? Keep in mind, these are two people that are on a vacation trip. It's Ashley's birthday and he proposed to Ashley. So what was it that made the two go at it, and what will make her family accuse her boyfriend as being a suspect? Now before we get into the things that don't add up, let's get into what the family and friends had to say, as many of them would instantly take to social media to let it be known that they feel some foul play was involved. One person identifying herself as Ashley's friend would take to a post on Facebook and say, quote, "We need justice for my friend Ashlee Jenae, who was found dead in her hotel in Tanzania, and her fiance Joe McCan claims she hung herself. Anyone who knows Ash knows she would never commit suicide. We need answers now." Now an official statement from her family will come out from what seems to be her father due to all the allegations that's been placed on social media. The statement will read, quote, "Ashlee Robinson was on what should have been one of the happiest trips of her life, a birthday celebration in Zanzibar, Africa. Ashley's birthday was April 5th. She just turned 31. Surrounded by beauty, love, and wildlife, she became engaged during a safari, an unforgettable moment that marked the start of a future she was so excited to build. She and her fiance, Joe McCan, were staying in a luxury villa at the Zuri, Zanzibar, continuing what we believe was her dream trip. But just days later, that dream turned into our family's worst nightmare. Ashley was found unconscious in her villa and was rushed to a local hospital where her death was confirmed hours later. Nothing about this loss feels real. One moment she was celebrating love and life in truly Ashley fashion, and the next she was gone. The suddenness, the unanswered questions, and the distance from home have made this tragedy even more overwhelming for our family. At this time, there is an active investigation into the circumstances surrounding Ashley's suspicious passing. Although we have many questions, we are placing our trust in the officials in Zanzibar and are working closely with them as we seek clarity and answers. Ashley was deeply loved. She was vibrant, full of life, and had so much ahead of her. Our family is completely devastated, and we appreciate the prayers and compassion we have received as we navigate this unimaginable loss. We respectfully ask that any information not directly provided by our family be treated as unverified and not considered factual at this time. And I don't know if that last part was like a shot to a friend that blamed the husband, but that's another story. Well, now that you know that, let's get into the things that aren't making sense. According to the family, they say that when it comes to the news of her passing, her fiance wasn't even the one that delivered the news to them. Instead, it was the police, who just so happened to only get in contact with them because they discovered an emergency contact in her passport while investigating the incident. Now that's a little suspect, because if he was the one that in fact found her unconscious and he's the one that reported it, why wouldn't he get in contact with the family as well? Why did they have to hear it from somebody else when he was the one that discovered her body? Second red flag is that Joe, her fiance, is the one that coincidentally discovered her hanging. But this is interesting because if hotel staff says prior to her passing, the two got into a big disagreement to the point where they had to be in separate rooms, if it was that bad, why was he even present in her room? These two got into it so bad that they had to be separated. Why was this man anywhere near her at that time? Doesn't make sense. But then on top of all that, according to the hotel staff, they're also saying that her hanging didn't take place on their property neither. So if it didn't take place on their property, where did it take place? And if it wasn't on their property, why are they still involved? So many questions, but really no answers. And on top of all that, they're saying that after everything took place, Joe was still posting tweets about AI as if he didn't just lose his wife to be in a sad situation. And he deleted all his Telegram chats, scrubbed his social media, and at first he even removed every picture of him and Ashley off his Instagram, but coincidentally would leave pictures up of him and his ex-wife. But then once people noticed that, he would delete that as well and just erase all pictures from social media. So it's clear as day that something isn't right. What would make someone erase all the pictures you have of you and your loved one online after they pass away? Wouldn't that be a time of grief? Wouldn't that be more of a time to cherish everything that y'all have instead of deleting it? The only people that erase all digital footprints and things online of themselves are people who are trying to hide something, right? And if you ask me, I will also be side-eyeing that hotel. Too many things take place in these hotels that are questionable. And just look at the situation with Kenneka Jenkins, right? Now, the only thing that would make sense in this situation is seeing surveillance of Ashley's last moments to see exactly what was going on prior to her allegedly hanging herself. Because something just isn't adding up. And to be honest with you, even these days, surveillance may not even do any justice because we know that that can be tampered with as well. According to friends and family that spoke to Ashley before hearing that she passed away, they said that she was happy, cheerful, in no way, shape, or form wanting to harm herself. So what really happened?
My daughter Ashley, she's no longer here with us, and we're trying to find out why.
On April 5th, influencer Ashlee Robinson, who goes by Ashlee Jenae on Instagram, was celebrating her 31st birthday in Zanzibar, Tanzania. She was on the vacation with her boyfriend of 1 year, who popped the question just 2 days before.
She was starting the next chapter of her life. She called us and FaceTimed us to share with us her travel.
Ashley's mother says she never would have expected that less than a week later, her daughter would be dead. On April 8th, she says Ashley called saying she and her fiance got into an argument and were moved to separate rooms. The next day, she received another call, this time from her fiance.
He told me that Ashley did something to herself and that she was being taken to the hospital. I said, what happened when? And he told me it had been 11 hours prior.
Hours later, the luxury resort the couple was staying at called saying that Ashley passed away. According to the hospital's medical report, Ashley had an unidentified mark around her neck. They wrote, according to her husband, he found she hung herself on the door with several question marks.
Sometime Jill went back to the room with security, and that's how they found her.
Ashley was also taken to a second hospital who listed her cause of death as cerebral hypoxia by strangulation and suffocation.
She's never done anything that would ever lead me to believe that she would do something to harm herself.
And the family says next they are considering going to Zanzibar themselves to try to get as many answers as possible. Now, we also tried to directly contact Ashley's fiance, the resort, and the embassy, but we did not hear back.
Now, this situation will garner a bunch of attention from everyone on social media. And of course, the obvious between the two will become the topic of discussion, as many people have pointed out their race playing a part in her losing her life. Many had things to say about dating outside of your race, and this will come out due to people digging up old tweets posted by Ashley, who they claim spoke against her own race of men. A few tweets they pointed out where one would state, quote, "Everyday black men wake up and find new ways to embarrass us." Another tweet would state, quote, "My baby is gonna be mixed when I have a child. I've been saying this since the 3rd grade, my children will be mixed." With these tweets surfacing, we had people who basically felt she was speaking against her own race and paid the ultimate price for dating others. One user would state, quote, "It's always the ones that publicly disrespect their own race that end up like this." Another user would state, quote, "People in her comments literally warned her that this YT man was gonna unalive her. Black women don't think the grass is greener on the other side." Another user would state, quote, "Well, let her rest in her preferences energy." And lastly, another user would state, quote, "Black men and black women who turn to other races for security relationships ends wrong. Choose someone because you share the same values, beliefs, and can tolerate your differences. This is sad because in the last couple of years, black men and women have died, not because of race, but because they chose the wrong partner. You cannot choose wisely when you have hate in your heart about your own people. This goes for both sides. Clear your heart before you find love." Now, of course, everyone is going to have something to say, but apparently Ashley have been going through this for some time now, which is why back in 2015 and 16, she had to make it clear that yes, she date YT men, but that doesn't mean that she don't like her black men as well. She would tweet stating, quote, "Y'all gotta stop putting white men on a pedestal for finding black women attractive. Honestly, I've dated YT guys for as long as I can remember, but I've never bashed black men or belittled them while doing so. So unless she had to change her heart, it's not like she bashed her own people and put others on a pedestal. However, she did have a preference, and that's just what she wanted for herself. It is what it is." However, one thing I could say is this: we're seeing a pattern with these type of situations where African American women are dating others and end up losing their life, And for some reason, even though it's a bunch of red flags, nothing is being done. Here's a quick montage of women who have had the same fate as Ashlee. Y'all check this out. Another user is currently going viral because it's been pointed out that he must have foreseen the future, because on the post where her and Joe was on a plane together, he would get in the comments and say, quote, "He's gonna unalive you." Now, what would make him post something like that? Who knows? Whether he was playing or not, he definitely may have spoke something into existence. Now, I would say this, y'all. We're not sure about what happened, but I think the obvious thing here is that the husband is looking a little suspicious. Now, I'm not sure what was it between them, but as far as when it comes to dating anybody with money, understand this. A lot of times, especially with a man that leads with his money, when they do things for you, they feel entitled. They feel like they own you. They feel like they can say or do whatever when it comes to you, and you just supposed to accept it. This is just from my personal experience, but this makes me think when they say that these two had a disagreement and then next thing you know, she passed away. We don't know what the two was arguing about, but clearly something was an issue, so much to the fact that they had to get separate rooms, and then suddenly she ends up deceased and nobody knows anything. And the same person she had tension with would be the same one that coincidentally found her. Something ain't right. Y'all jump in the comments, let me know what y'all think about this. Rest in peace to Ashlee Jenae. Condolences to her family. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping. I'm out. Are you tired of a bunch of social media gurus promising you results with their course, but all they do is take a bunch of information off YouTube and Google, then sell it to you? Well, look no further. Our YouTube Tips and Tricks Masterclass course comes equipped with SEO tips and tricks, along with methods we use to growth hack our YouTube channel. It also includes step-by-step ways to publish your video before uploading to guarantee a great SEO score, therefore your videos can rank and be shown to a bigger audience. Views and subscribers don't come by luck, and just how YouTube have an algorithm, you should have one as well that can guarantee you results. We doing websites and softwares we personally use to generate money creating Faces YouTube channels. If you also would like to skip the process and just buy other pre-built accounts, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, we also threw that in there for you too. We went through trial and error, so you don't have to. Click the link in the description or the comments and get started today.